Have you ever enjoyed a meal thinking it was nutritious, only to later discover it could silently harm your health? If so, you're not alone. Many seniors unknowingly consume foods that, although appearing harmless, pose serious risks, particularly when managing chronic conditions like diabetes, heart disease, or kidney issues. Let's take the example of George, a 70-year-old man who loved his weekly steak dinners. He never suspected that his favorite meal, rich in flavor and texture, could lead to a life-threatening emergency. But one day, George ended up in the emergency room with severe chest pain, his heart under attack. Processed meats. The silent killer. Processed meats such as bacon, sausages, hot dogs, salami, and deli meats, including ham and turkey slices, are some of the most popular, convenient, and affordable food choices for seniors. They're often consumed because of their accessibility, savory flavor, and ease of preparation. However, while they may seem harmless or even indulgent, processed meats contain several dangerous ingredients that can significantly affect your health, especially as you age. Sodium nitrates and preservatives. The hidden dangers. One of the main concerns with processed meats is their high content of sodium nitrates and other preservatives. Sodium is often added to processed meats to enhance flavor, extend shelf life, and prevent bacterial growth. However, this sodium can be harmful, particularly for older adults whose kidneys become less efficient at processing excess sodium. Additionally, as we age, our blood vessels become less flexible, which makes it more difficult for the body to manage sodium effectively. The impact of consuming too much sodium is particularly concerning because it contributes directly to the development of high blood pressure, hypertension. Hypertension is a leading risk factor for several severe health conditions, including heart disease, stroke, kidney disease, and even cognitive decline. For seniors, the risks are even higher. Just one serving of deli meats, such as deli ham, can contain more than 500 milligrams of sodium, which is nearly a quarter of the recommended daily limit for sodium intake for older adults. The American Heart Association advises that seniors limit their sodium intake to no more than 1,500 milligrams per day. Unfortunately, regularly consuming processed meats can push your sodium intake far beyond this limit, leading to dangerous spikes in blood pressure over time. These repeated spikes in blood pressure can eventually cause damage to the heart and blood vessels, increasing the likelihood of heart disease, stroke, and even neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Nitrates and nitrites. A cancer. Another major concern regarding processed meats is their use of nitrates and nitrites, which are chemical preservatives used to enhance the color and flavor of the meat. While these preservatives play a significant role in prolonging the shelf life of meats and ensuring their appearance remains appetizing, they also have a darker side. When nitrates and nitrites break down in the body, they form potentially harmful compounds known as nitrosamines. These compounds are classified as carcinogenic, meaning they are linked to the development of cancer. In fact, the World Health Organization, WHO, has classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen, based on strong scientific evidence that links their consumption to an increased risk of cancer, particularly colorectal cancer. As we age, our immune systems naturally weaken, making it more difficult for our bodies to fight off harmful substances like cancerous cells. Seniors with underlying conditions like diabetes, cardiovascular disease, or weakened immunity are even more vulnerable to the damaging effects of nitrates and nitrites. The consumption of processed meats, therefore, not only increases the risk of cancer, but also compounds the risk of other chronic diseases, making older adults even more susceptible to serious health issues. Impact on weight management and obesity. In addition to increasing the risk of hypertension and cancer, processed meats can also have a negative effect on weight management. Maintaining a healthy weight becomes more challenging as we age due to the natural slowdown in metabolism. Processed meats, which are often calorie-dense and high in unhealthy fats, can contribute to weight gain and obesity. For older adults, excess weight puts extra strain on joints and increases the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, sleep apnea, joint issues, and other chronic conditions. The high-fat content in processed meats, particularly the saturated fats, contributes to the buildup of plaque in the arteries. This leads to atherosclerosis, a condition in which the arteries become narrowed and hardened due to plaque buildup. As arteries become stiffer and less flexible with age, the risks associated with plaque buildup are heightened, significantly increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke. In summary, processed meats combine sodium, unhealthy fats, and harmful chemicals to create one of the most dangerous food choices for seniors. Lean, unprocessed protein, a healthier choice. One of the best ways to avoid the health risks associated with processed meats is to choose lean, unprocessed protein sources. These options are free from harmful additives, preservatives, and excess sodium. Some great examples of lean proteins include grilled chicken breast, turkey, and skinless poultry. These meats are lower in fat and sodium, and they provide a good amount of protein without the added dangers of nitrates and preservatives. Another excellent source of protein is fish, particularly fatty fish like salmon, trout, and mackerel. These types of fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which support heart health, reduce inflammation, and even improve brain function. Fish can be grilled, baked, or boiled, offering a versatile and nutritious alternative to processed meats. Plant-based proteins, the benefits of vegetables and legumes. For seniors looking to reduce their meat consumption or follow a vegetarian or vegan diet, plant-based proteins are an excellent choice. Foods like beans, lentils, chickpeas, quinoa, and tofu provide all the necessary nutrients for a balanced diet while being naturally low in sodium and free from nitrates. Moreover, these plant-based sources of protein offer additional health benefits, including fiber, which is essential for digestive health. Uncured and nitrate-free meats. A healthier option for those who still enjoy the taste of deli meats but want to avoid harmful preservatives. There are healthier options available. Many health food stores now carry uncured and nitrate-free meats, which are processed without the harmful additives found in traditional processed meats. These alternatives typically contain lower levels of sodium and preservatives, making them a safer choice for seniors. Organ meats. A nutrient overload and potential health risks for seniors. Organ meats have been a staple in many cultures for centuries, often touted for their impressive nutritional content. Liver, kidneys, heart, and other organ meats are dense with vitamins, minerals, and high-quality protein, making them a desirable food source. For instance, beef liver is known for being exceptionally rich in vitamin A, which is crucial for eye health, immune function, and skin integrity. Additionally, organ meats are packed with essential nutrients like vitamin B12, iron, zinc, and folate, substances that are vital to maintaining bodily functions and supporting overall health. However, while these nutrient-rich foods offer substantial health benefits in moderate amounts, there are growing concerns about their potential risks, particularly for older adults. As we age, the body's ability to process and metabolize certain nutrients and foods becomes less efficient, and this can exacerbate any negative effects of consuming organ meats. Seniors, especially those with existing health conditions, should be cautious about incorporating organ meats into their diet on a regular basis. This section delves deeper into the nutrients found in organ meats, the potential dangers associated with their excessive consumption, and offers alternatives for maintaining a balanced and healthy diet as we age. The rich nutrient content of organ meats are renowned for their nutrient density. They are often regarded as some of the most nutrient-packed food sources available. A prime example is liver, which is often referred to as a superfood. because it contains an exceptional concentration of essential nutrients. A 3.5-ounce serving of beef liver, for example, can provide more than 100% of the daily recommended intake for various nutrients, including vitamin A, essential for maintaining vision, immune health, and skin integrity. Vitamin A is particularly important as we age since it helps maintain healthy skin and supports immune function, which tends to weaken with age. B vitamins. These vitamins, especially vitamin B12, are crucial for energy production and the proper functioning of the nervous system. Vitamin B12 deficiency is common among older adults and can lead to anemia, cognitive decline, and fatigue. Iron. A critical mineral for the production of hemoglobin, iron is essential for oxygen transport in the blood. A deficiency can lead to fatigue, weakness, and impaired immune function. Zinc, an important mineral for immune system health and wound healing. Zinc is particularly beneficial for older adults since the immune system becomes less effective with age. These powerful nutrients make organ meats highly attractive for those looking to boost their nutritional intake, particularly for seniors who may have nutrient deficiencies due to aging or poor dietary habits. The dangers of excessive cholesterol and iron in organ meats. Despite their rich nutrient profile, organ meats come with several health risks, especially when consumed in large quantities. One of the most significant concerns for seniors is the high levels of cholesterol and iron found in these foods. While cholesterol is essential for hormone production and cell function, too much can contribute to serious cardiovascular problems, particularly as we age. Cholesterol. Organ meats, particularly liver, contain exceptionally high levels of cholesterol. For instance, a 3.5-ounce serving of beef liver contains more than 300 milligrams of cholesterol, which exceeds the daily recommended intake for most people. Excessive cholesterol can contribute to the development of atherosclerosis, a condition in which plaque builds up in the arteries, narrowing them and restricting blood flow. This can increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, and high blood pressure, all conditions that are already prevalent in seniors. As we age, the body's ability to process cholesterol efficiently diminishes, making it even more crucial to limit foods that contribute to high cholesterol levels. Hemi-iron. Organ meats are also a significant source of hemi-iron, a form of iron that is easily absorbed by the body. While iron is essential for maintaining healthy blood and preventing anemia, excessive amounts of hemi-iron can lead to oxidative stress, which accelerates aging and contributes to the development of chronic diseases. For seniors, this excess iron can exacerbate existing health conditions, such as heart disease and liver disease, which can already strain the body's ability to manage nutrients effectively. Research has shown that high iron intake may also increase the risk of developing conditions like Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease. Impact on kidney and liver health. Organ meats place additional strain on aging organs, particularly the kidneys and liver, both of which become less efficient as we age. As the body grows older, the kidneys lose their ability to filter waste products from the blood as effectively, and excessive intake of certain foods can overwhelm these organs. Organ meats, with their high levels of cholesterol and other fats, can contribute to kidney dysfunction and exacerbate pre-existing kidney disease, which is a common issue in older adults. Similarly, the liver, which is responsible for detoxifying the body and processing nutrients, can become overburdened with the high levels of vitamin A and iron found in organ meats. This is particularly concerning because the liver's capacity to process and store nutrients decreases as we age. Regularly consuming organ meats could potentially lead to liver damage or fatty liver disease, conditions that are becoming increasingly common among seniors. Organ meats and increased risk of heart disease. The high cholesterol content in organ meats, combined with their significant iron content, can contribute to the development of heart disease in seniors. As the heart ages, it becomes less efficient at pumping blood, and the arteries lose their flexibility, making them more susceptible to plaque buildup. The saturated fats and cholesterol found in organ meats can accelerate this process, increasing the risk of coronary artery disease and heart attacks. Additionally, the excessive consumption of organ meats can lead to elevated levels of inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is a significant contributor to heart disease, and as we age, the body becomes more susceptible to its harmful effects. Consuming organ meats on a regular basis could exacerbate this inflammation, putting additional strain on the cardiovascular system and increasing the likelihood of developing heart disease. The risks for people with pre-existing conditions. For older adults with pre-existing health conditions, such as hypertension, diabetes, and high cholesterol, the risks associated with organ meats are even greater. Seniors often have a weakened immune system and reduced organ function, which makes it more difficult for the body to process excess nutrients. For instance, those with diabetes may struggle to manage blood sugar levels when consuming nutrient-dense but calorie-dense foods like organ meats. Similarly, individuals with hypertension may find that the high cholesterol and fat content in these meats exacerbate their blood pressure, increasing their risk of heart attack or stroke. The dangers of undercooked meats. A comprehensive look at the risks for seniors. Undercooked meats, including rare steaks, raw fish, and improperly prepared poultry, may seem appealing for some, especially for those who prefer specific textures or flavors in their food. While they may offer unique culinary experiences, they come with a significant risk, particularly for seniors. The main issue with undercooked meat is the potential for bacterial contamination, which can lead to severe foodborne illnesses. The types of bacteria found in undercooked meat, such as Salmonella, E. coli, and Campylobacter, pose a particular threat to older adults. Seniors are more vulnerable to these bacteria because their immune systems naturally weaken with age, making it harder for their bodies to fight off infections. Moreover, they may have underlying health conditions, such as diabetes, hypertension, or heart disease, that further compromise their ability to recover from infections. The consequences of foodborne illnesses caused by undercooked meats can be dire, ranging from dehydration to kidney failure and, in the most extreme cases, sepsis. This article will delve deeper into the risks of undercooked meats, particularly for seniors, and provide recommendations for how to avoid these dangers to ensure a safe and healthy diet. Why undercooked meats are dangerous. Undercooked meats pose a high risk of bacterial infection because harmful bacteria thrive in environments where the meat has not reached the necessary internal temperature to kill them. When meat is undercooked, the bacteria remain alive and can multiply rapidly, leading to foodborne illnesses. For most healthy individuals, the body can usually manage mild infections by fighting them off through the immune system. However, for seniors, the risk is heightened due to their age-related immune decline. With the immune response slowing down, their bodies are less able to defend themselves against harmful bacteria. This makes it easier for infections to spread and become more severe, leading to potentially life-threatening complications. Common bacteria found in undercooked meats. The most common bacteria that can thrive in undercooked meats include Salmonella, E. coli, and Campylobacter. These bacteria are present in meat that has not been properly cooked or handled, and they are notorious for causing severe gastrointestinal illness. Salmonella. One of the most well-known bacterial culprits in undercooked poultry and meat, Salmonella can cause symptoms such as abdominal cramps, diarrhea, fever, and vomiting. In severe cases, it can lead to dehydration, blood infections, and even death, especially in vulnerable populations like seniors. E. coli. Escherichia coli, E. coli, is another dangerous bacterium that can contaminate undercooked meats, particularly beef. Certain strains of E. coli can produce toxins that severely affect the intestines, leading to painful and sometimes bloody diarrhea. In severe cases, E. coli infection can cause kidney failure, which can be life-threatening, especially for seniors who may already have compromised kidney function due to age or underlying health conditions. Campylobacter. This bacterium is commonly found in undercooked poultry and can cause symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, fever, and diarrhea. Campylobacter infection can sometimes lead to more serious conditions like Guillain-Barré syndrome, a rare neurological disorder that can cause paralysis. Each of these bacteria can lead to severe health problems that are difficult to treat in older adults, particularly those with weakened immune systems. The risk of complications, such as kidney failure, sepsis, and even death, makes undercooked meats an unsafe option for seniors. The impact on seniors' health. For older adults, the effects of foodborne illnesses from undercooked meats can be especially dangerous. As mentioned, seniors often have weakened immune systems, which makes it harder for their bodies to fend off infections. Furthermore, the body's ability to fight infections diminishes with age, meaning that a bacterial infection that may be mild for a younger, healthier individual can be life-threatening for an older adult. In addition to age-related factors, many seniors have pre-existing health conditions that increase the risk of complications from foodborne illnesses. Chronic conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, and kidney disease can all affect the body's ability to respond to infections. For example, those with kidney disease may already have compromised kidney function, which makes it harder for their bodies to filter out toxins and waste products. If they contract an infection from undercooked meat, their kidneys may be further stressed, potentially leading to kidney failure. Similarly, seniors with diabetes may have poor circulation and slower immune responses, making them more prone to developing severe infections and complications. The risks of dehydration and sepsis. One of the major consequences of foodborne illnesses caused by undercooked meats is dehydration. Bacterial infections often lead to symptoms such as vomiting, diarrhea, and fever, all of which can result in a significant loss of fluids. Dehydration, if not addressed promptly, can lead to serious complications, especially in older adults. Seniors are more susceptible to dehydration because they may have a decreased sense of thirst, and their kidneys may not function as efficiently as they once did. Dehydration can exacerbate the effects of an infection and make recovery more difficult. In more severe cases, bacterial infections can lead to sepsis, a life-threatening condition in which the body's immune response becomes unbalanced and begins attacking its own organs. Sepsis is particularly dangerous for older adults, as their immune systems are less able to manage the infection and prevent the body's organs from being damaged. Sepsis can lead to organ failure, shock, and death if not treated promptly, making it a major concern for seniors who are exposed to foodborne pathogens through undercooked meat. Hospitalization rates for seniors due to foodborne illnesses. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, reports that adults age 65 and older are 4 times more likely to be hospitalized due to foodborne illnesses than younger adults. This statistic highlights the vulnerability of seniors to bacterial infections from undercooked meat and emphasizes the importance of taking extra precautions when preparing and consuming meat. Hospitalization due to foodborne illnesses often results in extended recovery times and increased medical costs, further impacting seniors' quality of life. Safer alternatives for seniors. For seniors who are concerned about the risks of undercooked meats, there are several safer alternatives that still offer delicious and nutritious meals. 1. Fresh, lean meats. Opting for fresh, lean cuts of meat, such as skinless chicken breast, turkey, or fish, can reduce the risk of bacterial contamination, as these meats are less likely to harbor harmful pathogens if cooked properly. Fresh meats are also less processed and retain more of their natural nutrients. 2. Plant-based proteins. For seniors looking to reduce their meat intake, Plant-based protein sources such as tofu, legumes, e.g., lentils, chickpeas, and quinoa can provide a healthy alternative. These foods are rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals and have a lower risk of bacterial contamination. 3. Nitrate-free or low-sodium meats. If you still enjoy cured meats, consider choosing nitrate-free or low-sodium options. These meats are less processed and contain fewer harmful chemicals, making them a safer choice when consumed in moderation. Prioritizing safe meat preparation for senior health. In conclusion, undercooked meats can pose a significant risk to seniors due to the potential for bacterial contamination and foodborne illnesses. The weakened immune systems of older adults, combined with the presence of chronic health conditions, make it harder for them to recover from infections. Therefore, it is essential for seniors to ensure that meat is cooked thoroughly to the proper temperature to reduce the risk of illness. By using a food thermometer, checking for signs of doneness, and practicing good food safety habits, seniors can enjoy meat safely without compromising their health. In addition, exploring safer alternatives such as fresh, lean meats, plant-based proteins, and nitrate-free options can further reduce the risk of foodborne illnesses while still providing nutritious and satisfying meals.